We lift your spirits and your sights beyond your limitations towards horizons of possibilities each day portends. With a pat on your back, we nudge you on to never think less of yourself. Go do your best daily. Leave the rest. At the end of each day, we urge you, do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on life. Anything is possible. You are going somewhere to happen one day. And when the day winds down, when you need a reliable arm of information and entertainment, welcome home to Cemtv. It's all about you.
Good morning and welcome to the online trends here on Cemtv. I am Emmanuel Tamunot Henari, but you can call me Tammy for short. A lot has been going on in Nigeria, most especially in Abuja as of last night. But before that, the memorial service of the actor Alex Ekubo has been held. And of course, a lot of things going on, a lot of people sharing their sympathies, a lot of people, extending condolences. And of course, knowing as how some Nigerians would act, there were some complications with some individuals. But overall, it was an overall positive event. Floods and floods of wonderful A-class actors coming forward to share their sympathies, and it just goes to show how beautiful of a relationship that Alex Ekubo had within the Nigerian film industry. Of course, I'm not alone in the studio today. I have with me the beautiful Vera Philip. Vera, how are you doing this morning?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I used your weather report this morning to gauge myself, to know exactly.
That's a good thing. I think that's what every Nigerian should do. Tune in to Cemtv in the morning, listen to or watch the weather forecast, because 90% of the time, that's what's going to happen. And then plan your day accordingly. I'm glad I could help you.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad that you're able to help me. And of course, if you're able to help me, I'm sure you're able to help a lot of our viewers out there. Yeah. So, moving on to the memorial service of Alex Ekubo. Considering the people that came in droves, would you say that, despite what has happened in Nigeria, because some people tell you that Nigeria has gotten so bad that it's hard to be good, but considering the amount of people that came in, don't you think that it's still possible that despite how hard Nigeria is, how, tough the Nigerian government is, and how things would harden your mind as a Nigerian, you can still be so good within an industry that if eventually you pass away, you would see a lot of people coming, to show their respects to the man you were, woman you were?
I think a good person is a good person. It comes with intentionality. I know that, process and experiences can shape and form a person. However, we're all adults who are very aware of wrong and right, good from bad, left and right. So most definitely, being a good person is still a thing, irrespective of whatever it is that you're experiencing. For example, if you go to the prisons, you're going to find people that, the prison has made them to become maybe bad people. You also see people that have become good people. So it's a choice at the end of the day, being a good person. And in the case of Alex Ekubo, he wasn't a perfect person. In short, I'm not even sure anyone is perfect. However, just the ability for you to be good most of the time will definitely put you in the spots where people can notice, especially at a time like this when you're no more. It really touched my heart, yesterday, seeing how much love that Alex Ekubo received. And I got to wish, I wish we could receive this kind of love when we're still alive. I'm not sure all those people were able to ever tell Alex, oh, you're such a good person. Thank you, for everything.
My life in this way or the other.
However, after his death, everyone, and I can't even blame anybody, a lot of people just go about their lives. Life is happening, and sometimes you even forget to call your own family member. Sometimes you have it in your head that, oh, I need to check up on this person, and the next minute life comes at you and you forget that. So I won't even blame them. Life is happening to everybody, but I wish that we could, slow down, or there are situations where we can just slow down and begin to appreciate the people that have been there in our lives. I was downstairs and someone said you needed my help for something, right? And then I was like, I didn't want to do it. And then I thought about it. I said, Tammy has been good to me. Let me just go and be there for them. So that consciousness that okay, people that have been good to you, people that have shown you some sort of kindness, you should do the best for them as well. Reciprocate. Tell them as often as you can that you've been good. Tammy, you've been so good to me. Thank you.
And
You
I
have been
thank
so.
you.
You
And I also thank you.
Let's also
For
practice
helping
it
me
more.
out as well.
And events like this, situations like this, bring us in touch with our reality of how death is really a respecter of no man. It's so sad to see Alex go. As of yesterday, it still felt unreal that Alex is gone, but it is what it is. And just like Stanze said at the service of songs, he did say that let's not mourn like people who don't know that he's in heaven rejoicing with the angels. So as much as we are mourning him, we'll also have the hope and know fully well that he is with the angels and he is rejoicing.
Exactly. In the Chinese philosophy, there's the concept of yin and yang.
Yeah.
There is good in bad and there is bad in good. So in as much as yesterday's event was a good event, there was bad in that good, in the sense that Bamike Olawumi, popularly known as Bam Bam, she lost her phone, or rather, more accurately put, her phone was stolen. She was complaining she doesn't know when it was taken. Some people were saying, we saw someone take it. Was it the phone with the pink pouch and so on and so forth? But we got a video of when her phone was taken out of her bag. So let's just get that video quickly. You can see exactly when it was taken out of the bag. A lot of people were asking, we thought that was your friend, we thought that was your personal assistant, we thought that was someone you knew, because you turned around. You can see exactly the moment when the phone was taken, or one could assume that she turned, saw the person, and of course, turned back. So, but what she said online yesterday was she doesn't know when her bag was when her phone was taken out of her bag. So why is it that, in as much as the event itself was beautiful, the event itself was good-natured, we still have certain individuals that would be what I would want to call opportunistic hunters? Yin in yang and yang in yin. Must we always have that bad in good? Would you say because some people will say no, it's a Nigerian thing now. You go that kind of place, you see that guy in big phone, you go collect him. So is it a Nigerian thing? Like, is it something that anyone would see and should see it and say that I can understand why it happened?
It's degrading when we attribute it to just a Nigerian thing, because I have seen movies where people in other parts of the world stage an entire robbery in places like that, high profile places where only them can go in. The kind of details they put in to make sure that they get access to that place and steal there. So I don't think it's a Nigerian thing. Just like you mentioned, when there's good, there's bad. It applies to everything in life, including human beings as well, including functions as well. So in this case, as much as it is not right, it is definitely, it's established already that it's a bad thing to steal someone's phone,
of course,
in a place like that.
Even if you're religious, thou shalt not steal.
It's just a realistic fact. However, we can't act ignorant to the fact that there are people who don't respect that law or don't respect that. So somebody must have stolen her phone. Also, the incident with the pink phone, the lady taking out the pink phone, it's possible that the phone might have along the line be returned to her, because she hasn't mentioned that this ever since then the phone wasn't found. She came back after the event to look for the phone in the hall. So most definitely things like this are going to happen. That's why we always say be guarded. Make sure that you're holding your things safe, you are protecting yourself first and your properties before even any other person can help to protect it. I'm sure she's going to find the phone. It's going to be tracked. Now it's become a national situation, so the phone is going to be found. But it doesn't take away the fact that there are bad people and bad things happen. Alex is dead. That's an example of bad thing that has happened. So let's just be careful, and when the perpetrators are found, they should really do face the law.
Exactly.
That is really heartbreaking. Something like that should not be happening at a place like that. But we do know that bad things happen, but you should not allow yourself to be used as a tool to perform bad when
You know,
it should be good.
when I was young, you would hear my mom say, "Don't allow the devil,
Devil
to use you."
Exactly. Don't be the one. Why you? Why did the devil not choose your partner? Why you?
Exactly. Now, speaking of protecting yourself,
Yeah.
what would we then say when the responsibility of protecting yourself is placed on another person? Now, we're coming to the Nigerian government because as at last night, Martins Vincent Ose, popularly known as Very Dark Man, came into Nigeria from China, and he landed Abuja, and there was a massive movement. I kid you not, a lot of people moved, and even the cloth he wore when he landed, like he wore it from China all the way down to Nigeria. So let's just get that picture. You can see the picture. It says, "Tinubu has failed Nigeria. Bring back our children."
Yeah.
So he wore this from out of the country. People all around, who knows the nationality or ethnicity of people that would have seen him in China, look at the clothing, and of course, those white people, they tend to be curious. Let me not use the word prognosing. They tend to be very curious. They want to know. So they can say, well, who is this Tinubu, and what do you mean he has failed Nigeria? Like, what's going on? Why is he wearing this cloth? Is it like a fashion trend or something? And then they search up, see what's going on. Some have argued online that he's bringing a bad reputation to Nigeria. But let me start with that. Would you say it's a bad reputation if it is already a fact on ground? Because if you ask me personally, if someone comes to steal my phone and I hold on to that person and say you're a thief, I'm not spoiling your reputation. I'm not soiling your name. I'm just stating the fact of what is happening right now. So what would you then say to people that are saying that him wearing that is bringing a bad name to Nigeria, considering he wore it all the way from China to Nigeria?
It's like when something tragic happens to you and then you decide that, oh, because of public perception, I'm not going to take this out. But the only way you can have help is actually to take it outside. To ask for help. Let's put it like that.
Like they say, a problem shared is a problem half solved.
Now, because you do not want to be perceived a certain way, you die with that problem. You're silent about that problem. That is exactly what Nigerians are trying to say here. Those that are against it. Now, I don't know about putting it on from China all the way to Nigeria. I mean, it's a cloth at the end of the day. Putting it in from China to Nigeria. But I do know that the message is being passed here. And that, to me, should be the focus.
Okay.
A message is being passed here. And when he was in China, he himself made reports that, the government are threatening to arrest him once he lands in Abuja. He had to send his flight itinerary just so that when he lands, whatever it is they want to do to him and all that. So he already feels threatened by the government. So him putting on this t-shirt is like, do your absolute worst. And we are not looking for the government to do their worst now. We're looking for the government to do its best. The best way to stop all of this is actually by doing the work that we have elected you to do, which is bring our girls back, bring our children back. It's funny that the publicized the release of Adelabu's sister's children, and we haven't been able to get that same energy for the children that were kidnapped. And a lot of people are crying out over the situation, and nothing has still been done till now. I understand that the government might think that this is maybe a propaganda or whatever against them.
How can you even call it propaganda?
If
you're stating facts, is it propaganda? Are you trying to push a propaganda? Like I said, if I hold on to a thief and say you're a thief, and I tell this person, see, I'm in be thief, am I pushing a propaganda or am I stating facts?
You see that this is Nigeria, and one thing that we have seen countless number of times, especially when it comes to our government, officials, is the fact that they will say anything. They will say anything to get themselves out of a situation. They will make any excuse whatsoever. I mean, we saw one time the president of the Senate, that's a Senate president, once did say that the insecurity will stop after the 2027 elections.
Wonderful.
Right.
That's quite the problem.
These people
we were promised electricity, but where are we now?
These people will say anything to get their way through. They would. I'm not even sure that there is any consideration to the lives, the feelings, and even the security.
You see, the thing is that when you're talking about consideration, the people know that they're sensitive to that, which is why I think we got a video of the protest and what the people were saying. So let's hear what the people had to say during the protest last night.
Must go! 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 Must go!
Four things: bandits must go, APC must go, Tinubu must go, terrorists must go. So for them to outline these things, these are the major problems plaguing Nigeria as of now. And even when we don't talk about the cost of living, we don't talk about electricity, we don't talk about the cost of education, leaving all of that, because you need to be alive to bother about all these other things. So Nigerians are sensitive to these issues. And carrying on further into the protest, they went to the Air Force base, and Very Dark Man had a lot to say to the officers that were addressing them outside. Let's see if we can get that video as well.
Air Force, if you have bullets to shoot us, you have bullets to shoot kidnappers. Yes! Yes! Shoot kidnappers. Yes! Yes! Carry your airplane and go and for them. Yes! 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 They keep raping our women. Yes. They keep taking our children. Yes, sir. They have beheaded a teacher. Yes, sir. 45 children are still in the bush. Yes, till now, nothing has been done. Yes, sir. And you are here holding gun. Are you not ashamed? Are you not ashamed? Shame! 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 We are here. Don't lie down.
You see, he was making some interesting point. He said that they're standing there with guns, with bullets, and if they have bullets to shoot them, as of right there, that they should have enough bullets to go and fight the bandits. That if they have enough artillery, that they should fly over there and get rid of the bandits and save the hostages. But, and he said that you're standing here because of us. Meanwhile, the insecurity that is going on, nothing is being done. Are you not ashamed? Now, there are two things that would I say there's one thing that would stifle shame when responsibility calls. If it is beyond your capacity, or rather, let me go with two things. If it is beyond your capacity, and if you just do not care. Because if it is beyond your ability, if I tell you, Vera, please fly from here to my house and bring something for me, you won't feel ashamed that you can't do it, because you know it's something you cannot do. It's beyond your power. But when it is within your power to do so, and you refuse to do it, and I try to shame you for it, if you don't care, you will feel no shame. So do you think, of course, I know these individuals don't work based off of their own power, they work off power that comes from above. So do you think those in power are either, ill-equipped to make these decisions, or they just don't care about Nigerians? Or perhaps you think there's another option altogether that we have not explored? Because I've given you my own two options.
Yeah, so perspective matters, and let's put that into perspective. It looks like there's incompetency going on in, from the government, because obviously we are hoping to see moves, positive moves, not 1,000 guards that have been sent to the forest. We are hoping to see moves that will bring back our children, or efforts at least that will bring back the children, which haven't been shown. Even when Nigerians have cried out, it haven't been shown. As a matter of fact, it has given room for thought process like there is no care in the world for the Nigerian citizens. All right. So most definitely the perspective out there is that our government don't care about us, and that they are not equipped enough for it. Now, there's also the truth, which is what the government is currently doing that we have no idea about.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to the issue of security, we also have to take into consideration that whatever it is that our moves are can also be seen and monitored by these people.
Yeah.
Whatever their moves are is limited to us, our monitoring. So a part of me wants to believe that maybe there is some sort of underground work that is going on,
Okay.
efforts that is being put in place. Because when it comes to insecurity, when it comes to the issue of security, it needs to be discreet.
Yeah.
You know, there's some sort of security alliance going on underground to get these children out. But the problem is results aren't showing up. And when results are not showing up, it is hard for us to keep believing that the government is doing anything.
Basically, in the words of Burna Boy, you go explain tire.
Exactly.
No evidence.
If you do not have any results, I mean, it even pertains to life itself. You might be struggling and no one will care. But the minute results shows, that is when everyone begins to appreciate the effort that you even put in. You know, because there's now results. Nobody cares about how long you've suffered if there's no result at the end of the day, which is what is happening with Nigeria right now. And a part of me wants to believe that there is actually work going on, there's actually progress going on, or process. Let me not say progress because we haven't seen progress.
we've not seen
There's
the
probably a
progress yet.
process going on, and we are just waiting to see, because all this uproar that is going on right now, you can't tell me the government is just silent about it. I refuse to believe that the government just decides to be
quiet,
to be
absolutely quiet.
cold towards the citizens. Like, everyone is bothered, everyone is talking, everyone is calling on the government, and you want to tell me that an entire country's government is turning a deaf ear to the plight of the people, turning a blind eye to the plight of the people? That is outrageous. I don't even think it's found anywhere. Even Donald Trump, as you know, expressive and maybe careless, like some people would term him, he still pays attention to the plight of the people, because these are the people who will vote for you. These are the people you're here to serve.
One would say he even pays attention beyond, you know, the borders of his country,
Of his
because we
own
saw
country.
would I say,
Exactly.
according to him, the gift he gave to the terrorists last year.
Yeah.
So it's not really a matter of whether you are expressive or whether something is going on. I love the fact that you are ever the optimist. You understand.
I mean,
but
we
how
have to
would you
live
then
with it.
explain this to Nigerians? Because Nigerians are looking at it, because even if something is going on underground,
There's no
even if
information.
there is a hustle, you know, or a process that is being put in place, when the people come out to cry, the very least you can do is to acknowledge, because acknowledgement is not necessarily revealing your plans. You can tell me, oh, Tammy, my birthday is coming up. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, it's coming up. Oh, that's good. I didn't tell you I'm planning anything for it, but I've acknowledged you. But imagine when you're like, Tammy, my birthday is coming up. And I turn away.
Well,
I don't acknowledge it whatsoever. So it's like, did I hear you? Do
Yeah.
I care about it?
If we are being factual about that, I think they have actually, you know, acknowledged it. They did have a meeting with, you know, the victims' families, and even the Oyo State government as well, where they made promises to the families. So, in a way, that is acknowledgement. What we want to see now is the results. What is your method? What is the way that you want to use to bring back these children? Because these are innocent children, and as the day goes by, we have no idea what's happening to these children. And it's not just about saving these children, it's about the quality of the security system that we have in Nigeria.
Yeah,
It's about
preventing it from
where
happening again.
exactly where would it happen next, giving these people the ability to feel like they can do whatever it is that they want to do and get away with it. I mean, live streaming, bandits live streaming,
Doing
and giving
giveaway. I think what was
and doing
trending
giveaway.
some time away was they gave
Yeah.
a man 100,000 naira, and then they told him that they're going to get 100 million naira from him.
So these are the issues. Like, if you are actually doing something, let Nigerians feel the heat of what it is that you're doing. That is going to be, so that if people, like even journalists who are supposed to pass on facts, can be able to state that, oh, this is what has been done. Just the same way I've been able to state now that, okay, there's been an acknowledgement. Let us be able to also state the facts that, oh, social steps have been taken to improve the security system in Nigeria, instead of completely paying a deaf ear to what is happening in Nigeria, and everyone is just focused on elections, which is the most painful part. Because if we can lay that low a little bit and take care of the problem that we are facing at the moment, it will help us really good.
It really will. It really will help us. If we were to try to stay here to talk about the issues of Nigeria, I believe, Vera, you won't go home.
I'm going to be exhausted. That's a fact. It's a lot sometimes.
Exactly. So the matter is not just a redemptive measure, it's also a preventive measure. What is going to be put in place to ensure that this issue will not plague us anymore? it's not just about rescuing the children. Nigerians are not just calling for the children to come back. They're calling for an end to terrorism, an end to banditry, and an end to insecurity. They're not saying, oh, just rescue our children, because one could assume that the government could see this and say, you know what, let's just put in effort. Let's show these people something. And then they rescue the children. And then later on, you'd see that the issue of insecurity is still there. Who knows? They may go to another state, go to Abuja. They may even come to River State. They may go to Enugu. They will go to any other place because that preventive measure is not in place. So for those out there, it's not just a call for the rescue of the children. It's a call to put in measures so that this same issue will not rear up its ugly head once again. That's the most we can take on the online trends. Vera, thank you very much for being here with us this morning.
Oh, thank you, Tammy, for having me.
And of course, the next time we're here, hopefully, we'll be coming up with some good news. Remember, you are still tuned to Cemtv, and coming up next will be the news surgery, where they dissect, analyze, and talk about everything trending in politics and around Nigeria. I remain Emmanuel Tamunot Henari, but you can call me Tammy for short. And of course, I've been here with
Vera Philip.
And of course, that's the most we can take. I'll see you in the next one. Don't go anywhere.